Hi friends, this is Selvijang here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good and safe. And today the topic I am going to discuss about EIGRP static neighbor. So EIGRP dynamically discloses neighbors and it uses multicast address 224.0.0.10. So what is a static neighbor? So configuring static neighbor, we can switch from multicast to unicast, right? So it is used to reduce the overhead of multicast traffic. So now let us go to the configuration. So this is an architecture where I connected R1 and R2 to a frame relay switch, right? So the frame relay switch I configured DLCI values like 102 and 201. So 102 is for R1 to R2 virtual connection and 201 is for R2 to R1 virtual connection. So each and every circuit we called as a virtual circuit, and each and every virtual circuit I identified a DLCA, that is a data link connection identifier. So this virtual circuit it is identified by 201, that is a data link connection identifier. So this DLCA is assigned by LMI, right? Local Management Interface. So this is for mapping from DLCA to IP address. We are using the frame relay inverse ERP. So by default, frame relay inverse ERP is enabled, which is used to map from DLCA to IP address. In case of switch, we'll use the MAC address. In a frame relay technology, we're using the DLCA. So DLCA is used to identify the virtual circuit. So each and every virtual circuit will identify the DLCA, and that assignment is done by LMI, right? Local Management Interface, and mapping to DLCA to IP address is done by frame relay inverse ERP. So now let us go to the R1 and R2 configuration. Let us configure the frame relay network. So go to R1 and now let us go to the configuration mode. Let us go to the interface serial 2 by 0, right? Go to interface serial 2 by 0. I already defined the IP address. Let us enable the frame relay network encapsulation frame relay. Then I have to define the map frame relay map. IP is a remote IP, that is 192.168.1.2. So 192.168.1.2 and the DLC identifier, that is 102, right? So 102. Similar way, go to R2 and configure the interfaces. So this interface is serial 2 by 1, right? So go to that corresponding interface serial 2 by 1, and the encapsulation is frame relay. Similarly, configure the frame relay map. Frame relay map IP. IP is a remote IP 192.168.1.1, right? 192.168.1.1, and the DLC value is 201, the local value 201. So now let us check the frame relay PVC status. This is a virtual circuit. Each and every virtual circuit we identified a DLCA, right? Assigned a DLCA number, that is 102 and 201. So let us check whether the virtual circuit is active. So frame relay PVC. So it is a 102, it is active. PVC status active. Go to R2, show frame relay PVC. So it is active, right? We are able to see it is active and the corresponding interface. Similar way, show the frame relay map. So this is nothing but that it will show the DLCA to IP mapping. DLC is 102. This is the IP address. This mapping, it will show the frame relay mapping, and it will show it's already active, right? Similar way, go to R2, show frame relay map. Yeah. So now let us go ahead and configure the routing. EIGRP routing I'm going to enable. Then I have to configure the static neighbor. So now go to the configuration mode, router EIGRP 100. So the network is 192.168.1.0, and similar way let us go to R2. Let us go to R2, go to the configuration mode, router EIGRP 100, and the network is 192.168.1.0, right? So I configure the network statement. I also enable the frame relay network on R1 and R2, right? So now let us check the neighbor relationship. Show IP EIGRP neighbor. So still it is not forming a neighbor relationship because since it is a unicast, I need to configure the static neighbor on R1 and R2. So go to the configuration mode and go to router EIGRP 100. Specify the neighbor statement neighbor 192.168.1.2. This is a remote neighbor 1.2 and followed by the serial interface 2 by 0, right? Similar way, go to R2, go to the configuration mode, router EIGRP 100, and the neighbor statement is 192.168.1.1, right? Remote network is 1.1 followed by the serial interface, that is 2 by 1. 2 by 1. So now I configure the network statement, I enable the frame relay network, and we have configured the static neighbor. These are three things you have to do to reduce the overhead of multicast traffic, right? So now we are able to see the adjacency is up. Show IP EIGRP neighbor. So now the adjacency is up and it is showing all the interface. and similarly go to R2, show IP EIGRP neighbor. So this is how we can configure the EIGRP static neighbor over a frame relay network. So static neighbor, it will switch from multicast to unicast and it will reduce the overhead of multicast traffic. I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.